cya shitani cyarakaye.
Umusore utanyezo ugasaba ari umuntu.
Ndindahiro Valence papa.
Acha bana we. Nta muntu ntabwo wandanza amavi.
They could be mad at me. Look at my family.
And then hano handitse Rutwitsi Muzi my aka.
Work in China rather to be in
Data wafite karisimbi.
Abikunda simbo.
I'm so excited to have this conversation, because so many people ask themselves so many questions. I wish you guys were being shit about Meddy, about my life, about what happened. But the truth is, so many questions about like about my secular background, what happened to it, what am I doing next, what's my next move. By the way, I'm working on an album, a gospel album, a worship album. How's everybody doing? I'm a Korean new Habari Chigali Kuchimutaryama Masaha first of all, and then Burundi, Kenya, Uganda. Oh boy. Let's wait for some more people, I guess. What is Mimi doing live right now? Mimi, go back to sleep. Tell your friends to tell their friends. Tell your friends to tell their friends. Maybe if I grab my guitar, people will come. Tell your people to come live. The Christians, the skeptics, I have no idea what's happening to Meddy right now. Everybody. There's no telling where we can go with this. I have no specific plan. We're going to talk until we are done. I see some people I haven't seen in a long time. Abantu banyanze, abandi barankunze, abandi sijui ngo I don't know. Oh well. Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm so excited for this. Let me first start by playing my some of my favorite songs. Hopefully it makes sense. First of all, I want to thank everybody for joining. It's been a while before the last time I remember I did this was probably like, what, 5 years ago? I don't remember the last time I came live, but because of this reason I have to come live, talk about my life, talk about Jesus, talk about how God changed my life, how God can change your life as well. I'm a different person today. I hope everybody can hear me, by the way. Yeah, you know, so many things I don't remember. Okay. Everybody can hear me, right? I'm so excited to have this conversation, you know, because so many people ask themselves so many questions. About Meddy, about my life, about what happened. But the truth is, my life has never been this perfect, and my life has never been this beautiful. That is a fact. The reason why I say that is because I know myself. I live with myself. You know, when somebody tells you they're happy, only they know if they're happy. Only they know if they're satisfied. So I've never been dissatisfied my whole life. That is the truth. You know. So one of the biggest reasons I wanted to talk. I'll try to mix. I think I'm some featuring is anyways. So I last time I posted something about miracles, about the power of God, about the gospel, about the reality of the gospel, the truth of the gospel, and I know that so many people have things to say, and sometimes, like, you know, I always say the gospel is private, is personal, but it's not private. You have to share the gospel, you know. The gospel is what changed my life. And so many questions about like about my secular background, what happened to it, you know. What am I doing next? What's my next move? By the way, I'm working on an album, a gospel album, a worship album. That I've been working on it, like, it's been a while now, so it's coming out soon, probably by the end of the summer or something. But yeah, I've been doing so many, but most of the things are I want to start by saying, first of all, I'm not trying to debate. I'm not trying to convince, persuade anybody in some tricks, or, you know, I'm not trying to fool anybody. I'm just talking about my life. I'm just talking about what changed me, you know, how I got here, and the most important things in life, you know. I've been in so many places. I traveled. I did so much, but I could never find a word to express how my life has completely changed, you know. It was a journey, you know. There's so many young people out there who are struggling with some things. For example, you have so many telling you what is the right way, and you've been looking, you know. My biggest fear in life when I was young was to live a life that's meaningless, you know. And when I say that, it's like you have to come to terms with, you know, God is real. You know, God is real. He has his ways of doing things. And we are not here by our own choice. You know, you were born from your parents, but your parents didn't know you before you came, you know. And they only wanted to have a child. You know. So you are here for a purpose and for a reason. So it's up to you to figure it out. It's up to you to know and to pursue that purpose. You can't just like live an empty life. You can't just live your life on assumptions, you know. You can't say, oh, for example, there are people who say, I believe in this. This is an illustration I always give. Everybody has what you have, what you believe. I have my beliefs, you know. But at the end of the day, you have to understand the truth is absolute. You know, I always say these things. The truth is absolute. There's no such things as, you know, everything is in everything, you know. Some people are comfortable with that, you know. Some people are comfortable living their life like, you know, the way they choose to. And you have the choice. But it would be the worst thing to live a life without a purpose, or to live a life on assumptions, to only find out that your whole life was just meaningless and wrong, you know. So that was my biggest fear when I was young. And you know, as everybody knows, you know, I started singing when I was young. I started singing in church. I started singing when I was I started singing when I was probably like what, 14, 15, I don't remember. Like I remember I was in high school. And then after high school, everything just went, you know. So sometimes when you're looking for something in life, and then you finally find it, maybe at that point you start asking yourself the most important questions about life. You know, I think some people are pursuing things. You know, you're pursuing a career, a businessman. You might want to be the richest man in the world. You might want to be a doctor, whatever you want to do. But whatever you want to become, if there's not God in it, it's really meaningless, because you didn't choose to come. You didn't choose to show up. You know, you didn't come by accident. Even those people who think, for example, you know, they yavuzeko, for example, you know. But the truth is, God knew you were coming, and you also have to first come to terms that, you know, everything was going well, and the more I was getting I was becoming successful. I started realizing really, what's the point of being successful? To only realize that the success, whatever you call success, was only your own definition, or the definition of the public, the definition of the rest of the world, you know. So for me, I wanted to make sure I want to do the right thing, whatever the cost was going to be. If I was going to pay with my life, if I was going to pay with whatever I had, but I was always ready to just do the right thing. You have to do the right thing in life. So with that being said, my journey started when I was, maybe now I just woke up in the morning and I decided I was going to quit everything and become a Christian, you know. But no, it was a process. It was a process. It started in 2016, and the whole time, from 2016 to 2020 something, I was always hesitant, you know. I was always thinking that maybe I have time, you know. I'll find a way to just, you know, make it happen one or another. But then I realized, what if the things I was hesitating were the best things in life? And to be honest, the truth is, you have to first want to know. You have to have an honest hunger, you know, an honest thirst to know. You know, you can't live. I mean, who don't care about anything. You know. For example, I've seen people who all they care about is money. All they care about is their career. All they care about is their family. But life is way more than that. Once you realize there's God on top of everything. So you can fool yourself all you want, but how long you can fool yourself for? You know. So I started really praying. I started looking up preachers, and I went through everything you can imagine. You know, I looked through any doctrine, every doctrine, so many things. You know, I wanted to find the truth. I wanted to know the truth. The Bible says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." So if you live your life without the truth, you're fooling yourself. It doesn't matter what you feel about it. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. If you don't know the truth, you are lost. And if you live as if the truth don't matter, you are as bad as the person who's lost. Truth. And the truth is okay, you guys are distracting me now. Okay. And the truth is I was desperate to know the truth, you know. And most of the time I think, you know, let me tell you something, celebrities have a life that not everybody understands, you know. So you might seem to be happy. You might act happy. You might look happy on Instagram. But you could be miserable inside. And the problem about this whole thing, for example, social media, the problem about social media, some people have literally, they live a lie, and that lie has become a truth. You know? For example, there's a guy who takes a picture in a Lamborghini. He knows he doesn't own it. And then he posts on Instagram, for example, he says like, "Oh, brand new car, just bought a brand new car." And he has deceived himself so bad that he believes that's his car. To the point, he will even fight on a comment section on Instagram to prove that the car is his. So you just have to be tired of that life, first of all. You have to be tired of faking. For example, there are people who love me, and there are people who love me. Maybe some of them love me for the wrong reasons, but you just have to understand, in life you can't just live to please everybody, you know. You can't live for people. And for me, I found out, once I found the truth, I couldn't fake anymore. I couldn't fake anything. I couldn't fake happiness anymore. I couldn't fake success, because it was too strong in my spirit. It was too strong in my heart. I couldn't. You know. So you can only imagine the pressure I had from the people, from the media, from my friends, family, all the people that I know. For example, most of my close friends were not close anymore because, you know, you choose this route and we don't have so much in common anymore. But I still love them. I truly love them. I pray for them. But our relationship have completely changed, you know. And it's okay, you know. I don't regret anything, because you can't live your life off of that. For example, like there are people I know who for them to feel okay or for them to feel good, you have to compliment them. You know, you have to do something for them or to them, you know. For example, like I always give example of marriages. You know, there are so many marriages out here. People are married for the wrong reasons. You know, they're married because of selfishness. Some of them are married because they're afraid to be alone. Some people are literally married because everybody else is getting married. So, but at the end of the day, when you're in your house, you're gonna have to face your wife or your husband, and any of those people, they won't be there. You know, they won't be the ones stressing you. The pressure will end there. So there's so many people who are doing everything for the wrong reason. So in life, there has to be a standard. You know, right now the world is completely a mess, like literally. Whether it's politically, whether it's mentally, whether it's like some people now, we're living in a generation where like everybody, it's just weird. Like 10 years ago, people who lived like 10 years ago, they probably won't believe what's happening today. And the reason why is because it's people are going, there's so much freedom that people are going away from the truth. You know, everybody's coming up with their own truth. And without a standard of the truth, without the truth has a standard, without the Bible, without the Word of God, without an authoritative book, manual, everybody's lost. The world is a mess. Today, we have girls who say they're boys, you know. Next thing you know, there's gonna be human beings who say they're dogs or they're cats. And everybody has to be okay with it because there's no truth. Everybody's coming, you know. There's only one man in the whole history who claimed to be the way, the truth, and the life. I always tell my friends that nanu musazi urasa asare avuga amagambo. You know, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Because everything revolves, literally, everything is around that. The truth, the way, and the life. Every religion in this world, they talk about a heaven or some type of accomplishment, you know, in the future when they die. In fact, and here's the thing, Christianity is not a religion. And those people who think Christianity is a religion, they're completely wrong. Because a religion is a man's idea of who God is. You know, it's man's idea. So if you classify your ways as a religion, you're probably lost. Because you could be just doing something in your mind. So, but Christianity is a relationship. You have to understand these things. And as long as Christianity is a religion to you, you will not be fruitful. You will live a life just like anybody else. You know? I see Christians, for example, who live their life trying to please the world, the rest of the world. Trying to please people. Trying to please their family. Yet, the Bible itself says, once you are going this way, everything else is naturally going to be against you. Because it's a spiritual life. And the biggest part people have to understand, man was created. There's really no such thing as that something came from the Big Bang, all these things. I had my own research about this stuff. In fact, most of the people that studied this, I believe it was in the 1800s, the people who created that theory, they went to a Bible college, surprisingly. So this is a way of you have to understand, we are here, for example, like we are here for a reason and for a purpose and for a time. So you only have a window to do what you have to do. So you're not here forever. So which means if you miss it in this window, there's no other chance. You have to understand that. There's really no other chance. Now, you can assume all you want. Whatever makes you feel better. You can live off of that. I'm not saying it's impossible. No, you can truly create something. You even can create your own religion right now, as we're talking. You can create your own idea. For example, when you're on Instagram, everybody's talking about something, like whether a spiritual achievement or, you know, everybody's talking about something. Whether it's New Age, whether it's Buddhist, whether it's they're Muslims, everybody's talking about something. Everybody believes in something. I don't even think there's such a thing as an atheist, because atheist, you believe you might not believe in the God I believe in, but you believe in something. You either believe in yourself, you either believe in your money, you either believe in your ability. So whatever you believe in, that's your God. It doesn't matter, like, you don't have to worship something at night or raise your hand for it to be your God. So your God is whatever you value, whatever you put first in your life, that is your God. Which means even a Christian who claims to be a Christian but does not value the things of God above everything, he's really not a Christian in the sight of God. So you have to understand you can't live a fake life. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Like, you have to get to a point where you stop. You say, okay, I'm either going to figure it out or I'm not moving from here. Because it's the most important thing. You know, I always give an example that just imagine if you woke up one day and you find yourself in a bus or on a train or in an airplane, and you woke up and they told you, oh, this is an airplane. The first thing you're going to ask is, where are we going? Because believe it or not, you are heading towards something. Whether you know, whether you don't, whether you believe it, whether you don't, whether you're acknowledging it, or whether you don't, you are heading towards somewhere. That one, you don't have to have some type of belief. You know you're heading somewhere. You were born in a place, for example, so navukiye Burundi, and then niho ndakura nisanga mu Rwanda, mvuye mu Rwanda njya muri Amerika, and then I traveled, but uko nari meze imyaka 10 ishize ntabwo ari komeza ubu. So things change, and we know man has a beginning and an end. So you are heading towards something. So the only chance you get to figure out where you're heading is now. It's not after this. After this will be the result of whatever you lived in the gap you had, the chance you had. So that's why you don't live your life recklessly, you know. Don't be the life of the party all the time, because let me tell you something. I've lived that life as well. You know, I've been in that place before. I've been a party person before. I drank myself to death at some point. Like, I did everything. But my biggest fear was to be lost in the middle. So don't accept to be lost. Anyways, we'll talk about so many things. So one of the things I wanted to also talk about, I believe Jay was supposed to be here. Let me see if he's here.